Hi everyone, it's Jean. I'm here in this lovely mess because I am working on some ideas for our playing card series for 2024. So a couple things I want to let you know up front. The playing cards themselves, depending on what kind you get, they are kind of light. So as you start to paint on them or add glue to them, they can bend a little bit or feel like they're wet. So the best thing to do is when you're preparing the backgrounds, if you're doing a painted background, is to go ahead and let that dry a little bit more so that we can work with it on the actual card without it being wet. Now, I used gesso, which is what you see here, this white, and I just used some cheap pink paint and a little bit of orange. So what you're seeing here is where I first took some of the gesso. Let me go ahead and move these out of the way. I'm working in limited space today because I need to get some things moved around. So the card keeps going away. Now, one of the things that will determine how much of this that you put on is going to be how much of the design you want covered. Now, gesso, this is what it comes in. You can get a huge bottle. You can get smaller ones. You can get them at the craft stores under different brand names. You can get them on Amazon or wherever you do your craft shopping. And the idea of acrylic gesso is to either prepare your page with it or your surface with it, or you can also mix it with the paint, and it basically does the same thing. So the reason why mine's a little bit orange is because that's the color I was using. There's little dots from my hole punch all over the place. But I'm basically just preparing the surface, and I don't want to cover the whole card so that it looks like you can't see the playing card piece, because I want to make sure that I can see that. So I'm going to just erase a little bit by using a baby wipe. And if you don't have that, just, use a damp rag or paper towel. No need to have the same supplies. This one over here, it got a little bit more gesso on it. Has actually a map underneath it. So that's what I'm going to do with this, actually this one with the ace on it, is I'm going to tear a little piece of this map. And actually I like this one because it has some of the same colors in it that I'm using for my greeting card. So I have been using, if I can figure out where I laid it, I have been using the aged mahogany to go around the edges of some of my pieces, and that's what I have on my my dauber, so that's what you see coming off is the aged mahogany. I like the richness of it, and it gives it a really nice, it's kind of a mauve look, but either way, it does have some brown tones, so that's what makes it work nice. Now, you'll have to forgive me because when I work with paint and gesso, I get it all over myself. So I'm going to add this with some glue. And that way we will know and we'll have a piece of a map to go. And just for the purpose of making this quickly, I'm just going to fold those over on the back, because eventually, after these are completely dry, we're going to put a backing on these. So for right now, we're just going to work with this design. And I wanted to use a little bit of lace. So let me see what I have available. That's close by. Here's some. And okay, we can use these scissors right here. So I'm going to cut some of this off. This is a lace that is two-sided, but I like using the mesh in the middle. It's woven tightly enough that you can use it for other things. So I'm going to go ahead and put it down here at the bottom. Just a little glue to make sure it stays. And then usually when you put something on top of it, that will help it to stay even more. And I also want a little piece, we'll use some of this ecru lace that's been around for ever and a day. And we'll put this on the back. And I'm just going to put it right there. Now, I may trim it in a little bit, but I just wanted you to see how you can add this. It's being fussy and sticking. How you can add this to the bottom and make a really interesting effect with the lace. This is going to have to come off because it keeps lifting up. So that took care of that. Okay, so here we have this. And I'm going to use some Tim Holtz People, because I have some little tiny ones, and I think these will look really good. And I wanted to use, I dropped that right. I wanted to use some of these circles that I have, and I thought I had my puncher somewhere. We'll just do the the regular hand cutting. I made a couple that were smaller, so we will cut those out really quick. And these, I made just by a circle template that I have, just a plastic template, and I went in and drew all different sizes of circles, and then I watercolored them with different colors and let the colors run and bleed through, and they came out really nice. And I'll show you how these can be used. So I want these for up here. Where did my other one go? It's up here. And then I'll cut this purplish one. Okay, so I want these to go up here to kind of break up this blank space at the top. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on these and put them down. Now, one of the reasons why I started to pre-do some of these is because of the drying time. Usually when you use your gesso and your acrylic paint dry without too much water, it doesn't take very long to dry. But in the event that you need to let it dry longer, you can. So I'm going to put my little people. Oops, she got orange on her. I have ink, I have paint everywhere. Okay, so I want to put them here. Maybe I will put this up a little bit more. What I want to do is I want to pull these strings down so it almost looks like balloons. So let me put the little thing underneath here so it'll look like a balloon. Let me put my people on. In front of the balloons. Very cool. And then, where's my wipe? Something's bothering me about this up here, so let me see. And then I'm going to find a word, because you know I'm very wordy. And I want to put a word on there, and I don't know what I did with my words. I had them right here. Oh, stars and garters. I need to get this whole mess cleaned up, and it just is stressing me out. Maybe they're under here. Okay. Don't know where word stickers are right at the, oh, here they are. I had them and then lost them. So this is kind of an orangey. Let me see if I can find something green. The word stickers that I have come in different colors, so maybe something blue would look nice on there. So I'm going to put this one that says, "You make my heart smile." And I'm actually going to cut it so that it's not all in one section. And I'm going to put it over top of the people because there's a little bit of ink or paint on there, and I don't want that to show. So that's the great thing about our art. We can fix it up if we need to. And then I think it needs something else right here, and I'm not sure what that will be. I'm thinking that I'm going to use let me see. I have another Tim Holtz packet, and this one I think is called, I don't remember. I thought maybe it was called Field Notes, but maybe I'll have a little label or something that I can put there. So let me grab that. Of course, they're going to be the ones that are not going to want to come out, right? Very easily. And I'll use this label right here. Label, and I don't know if I have a tiny, I don't know if these have butterflies in them. I don't think so. These are moths and butterflies, or just moths, I guess. I'm going to go ahead and cut a couple of them off and put them right down there by their feet. Oops, save that for another day. So these are like little moths, and I'm pretty sure they're all moths. So there we go. There is our mixed media playing card. Now I'll trim some of these things here, but I also want to cover the back. Now, a true ATC artist trading card that you would do on a playing card, which is where they originated from, once you do your art, you put a sheet on the back that says either your artistic name or your real name, and you put on the date, and you put on whether you made, how many of these you made. So let's say you made 3 of these, it would be 1 of 3. And then additionally, you can name it if you want to. Like I could name this A Walk in the Park or something like that. So if you wanted to name it, you can. So there's all kinds of fun ways to not only create with textile, or I'm sorry, with paper, textile, paint, you know, whatever you want to use, but you can also take advantage of your writing skills and make some interesting things that way too. So as you see, I'm dropping some ink on this, and it's purple, and I didn't want it on their clothes, so Let me see if I can get rid of that. Because now I can't read what the sticker says. Okay, it's okay. We have more. So let me take these off. I'll find something to put over it. And we'll use some blue. So I'm going to use this one, and it's going to be purple. So it'll just fit right over that. So it says, may your day be full of sunshine. Oops, needs to go this way a tiny bit. And there we have our ATC, and I thought somewhere here, I do not have a white Posca pen, and I do have some white paint. I don't know if I dare try splattering white paint, but we'll give it a go and see what happens. Okay, there we go. I love how that turned out. So now it has to dry, and we can move on to another one. So we'll make one more. Now earlier, when my video was not cooperating, I made some that were kind of this one's a kind of a mixed media type one, and then these are just little vintage ones that would look cute in a journal for you to put plain backing on and use in a journal. So those are two that I have already, three I already have made, but I'm going to make this one. And I think I'm going to use another, some other pieces of Tim's things. But before I do that, this young man, I love him. So I'm going to have to trim him up a little bit. And put him right here, and I think I'm just going to create just a little collage down here at the bottom, and I'm trying to think what I can use that's more These will remind me of like school pictures. They're really, they're on really hard cardstock, so I don't know if I can separate them to make it look okay. So we're going to separate this so that it's not so hard. And then this looks more like a photograph. So I'm just going to tear some of it and tear up this side. Looks like it's been in someone's wallet for a while. And we'll put him on there. And I think it's apropos to put him on a king. There we go. And let's see. I have some other we'll drop a little bit of purple on him. These little tiny things, I was emptying out my hole puncher. And we will use some of the butterfly or the moths. And let me see if I can get some white on here. This is what I want for this one. So this says, be original. And there is our second artist trading card for today. So these, as I mentioned, since they're small, they're pretty quick to make. We can make more than one per episode, but so far we have 5 that we've done, and it's just by picking out pieces of things that you have already in your stash that you can use. I have a hard time throwing anything away because I think it'll be used later, but I'm going to put a piece of this on here too to give it a little bit more. And so my idea for storing these or putting these, if you're going to make a whole deck with me and you just want to be able to show each of your cards when you're finished, I'm going to put mine on an O-ring, and I thought I had one here to show you, but I'm not seeing it. But basically, it's a ring that opens very easily by a clasp, and then you can put a hole in each one and then just let them be on the ring so that you can flip through them and look at the different ideas and the different artistic things that you did with them. So let me move this so that you can see so far what we've created. If you would like to swap with me, I think that would be so much fun, and we can come up with great designs together. And the one thing about art that draws me to it is that it elicits some type of feeling in the person that views it, as well as the person that creates it. So for me, when I look at these projects and I see the different colors that we used and the different methods that we used, it really helps to bring to light what we do as artists. So I hope that you've enjoyed this, and I need my other brush, don't I? And that you have a lot of fun trying your own cards. And please, if you want to swap, just send me a message and I'll put one in the mail for you, and we'll just swap them back and forth. Make sure if we do that, though, we put our information on the back, and I will be giving you an example of that next time we're together. Now, additionally, if you are deciding to use the gesso or the white paint or something like that with yours, it would be good to sit down and do several at a time. That way the backing is ready to go. So I hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you for stopping by to my messy desk. And I love you all as usual. And I hope that you have a great day.